settle in, get comfy, and get ready for our time together. Often we have decisions to make that can be so difficult. We can feel paralyzed, completely stuck in our tracks with these decisions. Our minds spiral. They go off on wild tangents of what could happen. And often we just avoid the decision altogether and keep pushing it off day after day. And so, one of the most important things we can do when making a decision is go within, completely on our own, and figure out the next best step. Sometimes we get caught up in asking for advice, talking through options over and over with some wonderful friends or family members. But ultimately, the decision is yours to make. And you are capable of doing that. A big reason why we don't like to make decisions, especially very important ones, is because we are afraid that we will make the wrong decision, that we will choose the wrong path and will have missed the best thing that could have happened to us. And when we come from a place of fear or scarcity, it can be detrimental and maybe even unhealthy. Maybe you are losing sleep, not eating properly, just spending a lot of time in a stress state. And part of the ability to make decisions is trusting. Trusting that the universe will always have your back. And trusting and knowing that whatever decision you make, whatever path you choose, is perfectly correct for this time. Even if it leads to disappointment in the end, there is a lesson or an experience that had to happen within that choice, within that time period, that you had to learn, know, acknowledge in this lifetime. And if we look at it from that perspective, then we understand that every single decision that we make will be the right one. Now we have to be aware that our decisions are healthy and will not be hurtful to ourselves or anyone else. So ensuring that these decisions are from a place of love, self-respect, compassion, moving from that place, using that as your foundation. And thinking about a hands-on way of helping you in your decision-making process. A tool that I love to use for really big decisions is a simple exercise of the pros and cons of each option. And I get a piece of paper out and a pen, and I write option number 1, and I write down whatever that option is. And I list all of the pros, and I list all of the cons. And then I move on to option number 2, 3, however many options there are. And I do the exact same exercise for each. So this is the very tactical step. And from there, I usually find a little more clarity. Maybe I don't have a clear answer. Maybe there's a tie between 2. Maybe some of the pros are more important items that almost count for 5. But my next step is always sitting quietly. If you need a guided meditation or some quiet music on, just to kind of help foster that environment. But sitting in your choice of meditation and listening to your soul, listening to what your deepest knowing is telling you. And once I do that, if I still don't have a clear answer, then I write. I journal and write, physically asking myself, what is the next best move, or what is the best decision for me? And I write. I write every thought, even if it's a doubt, and I just keep writing rather than just spinning thoughts through your head over and over again. You write it out. And this is usually the winner. And when you go back and read it through, you can see the evolution of your decision. It almost detaches your mind and just allows your heart and your soul to pour everything out. Everything. And sometimes when you reach the decision, you wonder why it was so hard to make it in the first place. And so I encourage you to try these things. See how it goes to simply make your own decision, to trust yourself, to know that the universe has only your greatest and highest good in mind at all times, and that every decision you make is perfectly timed for you. Just trust it. Go within. Thank you for meditating with me. Namaste. Peace and awesomeness to you and yours.